knuckles like the first time you ever saw Arlie shuffle. You don't want trouble left laying in a puddle. Bruv, you are having a bubble.
Yo, what is up guys, and welcome back to Flashback FIFA. If you missed yesterday's episode where I looked at the Liverpool 2005 team from the Champions League final, make sure you do check that out. But today we're going to be looking at the team that played Liverpool in that final and unfortunately lost to Liverpool when they were 3-0 up, which is insane. This Milan team is ridiculous. You can pretty much say these players are all legends. Well, the starting 11 anyway are pretty much all legends in their own right. But before we get started, if you're looking for cheap and instant ultimate team coins, make sure you check out fifacoinstock.com. the link will be down in the description below. But let's get started into this team, and on the bench we do have Massimo Ambrosini. Now I'm going to look at the starting like 11 and a few bench players from this final team, but those are Ambrosini stats right there with 86 heading. But we'll move on to the next bench player right now, who is the second goalkeeper, Christian Abbiati. Remember guys, these stats are taken from FIFA 07 stats because I can't access the FIFA 05 database unfortunately. So those were Christian Abbiati stats. Pretty amazing to be honest. He's been at Milan all that time, he's still there to this day. Had a few loan spells here and there, but you know, he was the 85 rated goalkeeper on the bench with some pretty decent stats. But next up we do have Koster, who has a legend card in this FIFA, so I've just kept his stats exactly the same but put him in the Milan team of course. So we'll move on to the starting 11, and in goal we do have Dida, the god himself, still around today playing for Gremio. He has an inform on FIFA, which is awesome, but check out his rating back then, 88 rated, and those stats are ridiculous indeed. Goalkeepers back then had some crazy stats, so a lot of good goalkeepers around on FIFA back then. But the right back is now going to be Cafu, another absolute legend, and as I mentioned earlier, most of these players are legends in their own right and will probably get a legend card in the future. I'd love to see a Cafu one of the best right backs the world has ever seen pretty much. But remember guys, if you want to suggest teams for me to cover, I think I'm only going to do a few more of these because I don't know, I feel like I'm getting bored doing them, but you guys seem to be really enjoy them for some reason. And the next team I'm thinking of doing is PSG before they got rich. So if you want to see that, make sure you smash that like button and I'll get that out by tomorrow. So moving on from Cafu in centre back, we do have Jaap Stam, who did play for Manchester United for a few seasons. I believe he was in their treble winning side. An absolute tank of a player, and check out those stats: 72 pace, 84 defending and 91 heading, which must have been monstrous to use. He's a Dutch legend and will probably get a legend card in the future, maybe, I'm not too sure. He's played for a couple of different teams. I think he finished his career at Ajax. Do correct me in the comment section down below if I'm wrong. But the first centre back of this team is Alessandro Nesta, and those stats were his stats in FIFA 07. Absolutely ridiculous. Reminds me of Paolo Maldini's current legend card he has this year on FIFA Ultimate Team. Just 86 pace, 94 defending and 93 heading. I think he's retired now, though he was playing for the Montreal Impact and is currently still in Ultimate Team. So he's an absolute legend, will probably get a legend card in future FIFAs if they still carry on to bring out legends of course. So the next player, who is the left back, is Paolo Maldini. Now he actually played left back for quite a bit of his career and is a centre back legend card in this FIFA, so I've just kept his stats exactly the same. As you can see, pretty similar to Nesta right there, with great defending, great heading and amazing pace. But Maldini actually scored the first goal in this final in the first minute of the game, so yeah, he's an absolute legend, deserves his legend card in this game for sure. And yeah, he's just amazing to be honest. I think he played till he was 40 years old, and the one trophy he was missing on his list was the World Cup. Unfortunately he wasn't in the team in 2006 when Italy did win it, but he did come runner up in 1994 I do believe. So that is Paolo Maldini there. The first midfielder of this team is Clarence Seedorf. He's still playing today for Botafogo. I think he wants to go into management soon though, but they were his card stats back in FIFA 07. He's just an amazing player. Some of the long shots he scored, I'll leave one down below where he scored an insane long shot for Real Madrid. But we'll move on now to the maestro of the team, Andrea Pirlo, 87 rated in FIFA 07 with 82 pace, some okay defending, great dribbling and amazing passing of course, because that is what he is known for. He's just an awesome player, still going today, playing for Juventus, winning them league titles, just being an absolute boss. Just look at that beard, what a guy Pirlo is. So the next player in this team is Gennaro Gattuso, who was the hard man of the team, the guy who just got stuck in, didn't really care. I mean, he got sent off so many times, I've seen him get sent off, but you know, he was just a great player defensively. And as you can see on his 81 rated card in FIFA 07, he had 89 defending. That's ridiculous for an 81 rated card, but you know, he probably deserved it back then anyway, because he was great defensively. Just an absolute tank of a player who didn't really give a shit when he went into tackles and whatever. Very, very aggressive. So moving on to the main maestro of the team, Ricardo Kaka, and this guy's an absolute hero. Watching him back in the day, was just one of the best players the world has ever seen. He's won the Ballon d'Or. I think he won the Ballon d'Or once in his whole career, but you know, he was playing at Madrid for the past few seasons. He's back at Milan right now, and I reckon he should have never left, because he was insane there. He went to Madrid, got injured, Mourinho didn't play him, the other managers didn't play him or whatever, but you know, Kaka's still amazing back in the day for what he did. And in this Champions League final, fortunately his team lost, which was crazy. I mean, 3-0 up, just absolutely mental. I'll leave it down in the description below if you haven't seen that game for some reason. But you know, they get their revenge a couple of years later for sure, as you may have seen against Liverpool, and in the exact same repeat final they beat Liverpool. But you know, that was Kaka's card, 88 rated, 89 pace on him, just absolutely insane. He was rapid back in the day, I can tell you that for sure. That pace stat is not made up by EA there, you can definitely tell. He was very, very quick, let's just put it that way. I'll leave a clip down below where Messi couldn't even catch up to Kaka when he went on a solo run when he was playing for Brazil against Argentina and scored a wonderful goal. So moving on to the first striker, and the striker who scored 2 goals in this final, Hernan Crespo, has a legend card in this FIFA, and he was similarly rated back in FIFA 07 to these stats as well. So I've just kept his card exactly the same. But you know, he scored 2 goals for Milan in that final. Unfortunately, they did not get to win it, but you know, that is that Liverpool's amazing comeback sparked by the captain Steven Gerrard. But you know, as I mentioned a minute ago, they did get their revenge in 2007 by winning 2-1 against Liverpool. But you know, Crespo was not in this team. It was Inzaghi scoring the 2 goals for AC Milan in that fixture. I'll also leave that in the description down below if you haven't seen that final. It's not as interesting, but you know, it's pretty decent. So we'll move on to the final striker of the team, and an absolute Milan legend, Andrei Shevchenko, also has a legend card in this FIFA. And when I said every player in this team should be a legend, you can now see why pretty much. It's insane. But you know, he was awesome, played a nice little part in that final, giving Crespo an assist, I believe. And yeah, that is Shevchenko's card. You've all seen it because he's a legend card. This is the whole team, and as you can see, definitely all legends in their own right, in my opinion. And you know, he could easily be legend cards in the future if they, you know, retire anytime soon. So that is the whole AC Milan team from that final, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, remember to drop a like, leave suggestions for other teams for me to cover, maybe PSG before the money. And yeah, I'll see you soon, guys. Take care.